Greg is saying, will daily 1 hour of zone 2 cardio have a negative impact on my squat strength? It depends on a few things, your genetics, your anatomy, how strong you are, how much squatting you're doing at the moment, what you want to do with your squat. Are you trying to maintain your squat? Are you trying to improve your squat? Are you doing the cardio to lose weight and you're happy to maintain your squat? It would depend on a few of those things. I would say an hour daily, if it's actually zone 2, so if you're kind of getting into an elevated heart rate, so like triple digits heart rate or beats per minute, I think every single day for an hour, if I had to say intuitively, that probably would end up affecting your squat strength slightly. If you had like 2 smaller bouts of zone 2 cardio, I don't think it would affect as much. But I think that one full bout of an hour a day of zone 2 stuff, I think it would negatively affect your cardio or your squat strength. Definitely temporarily. Now, there will come a point within 6 months to a year, if you kept this up consistently and you kept strength training consistently, you'd get a short-term hit, short-term in the terms over a decade, but in the immediate term, it would feel like quite a hit to your squat strength. Eventually, then it would become quite normal, as you'd hopefully adapt to it quite well if you gave yourself the right stimulus to your training and the right nutrition, the right sleep, and do the right kind of cardio. It also depends on what kind of cardio you're doing. So if you are sitting on a stationary bike, it will hurt it a lot less than if you were doing zone 2 jogging, for example, or if you did walking, if you could even get to zone 2 and walking. Can you get over 100 beats per minute in walking?
Probably yeah, I'd say so.
So if you're doing like 100 beats per minute walking or something, I think it would have more or less effect depending on what you're doing. Rowing might have the least amount, but swimming might have a lot more effect on your squat strength just due to the energy you'll use doing that. I definitely encourage you to do conditioning and definitely cardiovascular work for your strength, and just general healthy living and not being a fat mess. I think is incredibly valuable for being a good athlete. But I think every single day zone 2 cardio of maybe running or a stationary bike probably will, for at least a couple of months, unless you're on a significant amount of PEDs, will probably affect your squat strength. So
if you're on enough gear where it's not going to affect it, you probably need to be doing that much cardio.
Yeah, I would say that would be a priority. But I would tone it down a little bit in terms of like frequency and the amount of volume you're doing per session. Maybe you could even keep the frequency every single day, but I would definitely do the volume per that less. I'd probably keep it to like 20 to 30 minutes. The recommendation for daily living is like 190 minutes. No, 90 minutes.
150 minutes per week.
150 minutes a week. So like you'd very easily hit that, if you toned it back to half an hour even.
Yeah. And that is like, even though that's at zone 3, we're terrible at regulating our own heart rate and regulating our own intensities of exercise. Because if you're jogging or whatever you're doing to do this, it's likely that as the weeks go on, your intensity or your relative intensity will increase and you'll start pushing yourself more. The only other thing I want to add into what Garth said there is that it really matters where you're starting off from. If this is like Timmy, who kind of has been powerlifting for 3 years and hasn't done any cardio, and now he's going to change everything he's doing and he's going straight in and it's going to be an hour a day every day, that will be catastrophic to your strength training. That will matter a huge amount. The amount of adaptation energy that it will take for you to get to that level of cardio will be severe, even though it's zone 2. It's you walking while having a conversation. It will still have a large effect. If you're somebody who has been training for years, does a bit of strength training, but has good levels of cardio, and you're just looking to kind of put it down on paper, then you're already kind of well on down that road and you won't take the significant hit. So it really does matter where you're at the moment.